Everybody? Rain here, coming at you with a Modern Masters 2015 draft. Right off the bat, we have a few things in this pack that are pretty good. There's a Thief of Hope, which the Spirits deck is actually really good. It impressed me. Pillory of the Sleepless, Plaxcaster Frogling, and Shadow Mage Infiltrator are all quite good. Sunforger is very good as well, as just a very good equipment. Everflowing Chalice is probably the safest pick. For me, it's between Pillory, Frogling, and Sunforger. And I kind of want to go with the Frogling, see how good the strategy is. Just test things out, you know. That's part of the reason why I'm doing this. There's an Electrolyze, a Sphere of the Suns, an Arrest, and a Helium Squirter. I think the pick is just Sphere of the Suns. It's pretty easy. Electrolyze is the other consideration, but Sphere of the Suns is just really good for splashing, and there's not a lot of fixing in the set. Here we could take Tezzeret's Gambit. It works perfectly with Sphere of the Suns and Plaxcaster Frogling, since proliferating works on both of those. Spread the Sickness is also very good. Stoic Rebutal, and the Basilica are also quite strong, but Tezzeret's Gambit's definitely the park card for me. This pack is interesting. There's a Vygian Graft Mage, which is okay, especially if we get some Proliferate going on. And Still Infection works along those same lines. Blinding Soul Eater, though, I think is the best card in this pack. It's a free tapper. It's very easy to cast, and I don't really care about paying life for it. It's just really good. Here we have a Vapor Snag, which is pretty good with Graft cards, since not only can you Vapor Snag your opponent's creatures, you can Vapor Snag your own creatures after you give away Graft counters. We have a Ruined Servitor, which would also be decent. Devouring Greed looks like an amazing win condition for the Spirits deck, and Ghostly Changeling looks like it fits in there too. But for us, I think I'm just going to grab the Vapor Snag. Alright, there's a Mana Leak and a Muldrifter, both of which I am very happy to play. I think I kind of want the Mana Leak. They're both so good. I'll grab the Muldrifter, it's really good at all points in the game. We do have a Tezzeret's Gambit, which makes it a little worse, but we have a Vapor Snag, we can recur it, we can give it counters with Graft. Waxmane Baku is a real pain in the ass, and I just played against a deck with two of them, and it was amazingly difficult to beat. But for us, it's going to be a Tumble Magnet over Simic Initiate and a Flare Husk. Nameless Inversion's probably the best card in the pack, though. That's something to consider. Culling Dios is interesting because, you know, you can proliferate with it. But for me, I think it's going to be Gnarlid Pack. Pretty solid card. I can get counters. It's very good at all points in the game. Here there's an Etched Oracle, which we can proliferate. There's a Crenarium, which is very off color, but still very good. And there's a Cathodian. and a Gut Shot. Gut Shot's not very good in this format, is what I've found. A lot of the things that Gut Shot kills are tokens, and you just don't want to trade a card for a token. I'm going to take Etched Oracle. We may not end up like having 4 colors, but we can end up with enough Proliferate to get our Etched Oracle, maybe even to live through it. Or we can graft onto it. Speaking of grafting, Helium Squirter is one of the better ones. Very happy to see it that late. We can cycle Glass Dust Kulk pretty easily. I think that's better than anything else in this pack. Instill Infection, there's a possibility I want to play it. More than Moonlit Strider or Skyreach Manta. But it's probably not making it. Devouring Greed is the best card in this pack, but we'll take an Eldrazi Temple just in case we pull like some Eldrazi. This draft is going alright. Could use some cards. Throttling Bird would be pretty good in this deck. Another Frogling would be awesome. Some more graft things would be nice. Would even consider splashing a Mirror Entity. Probably would. Considering how good Mirror Entity is with these base 0/0s. Stoic Rebutal is fine as a cancel. And our stick was a Rootkin ally. Here we have Thrive is a very good card in this deck. We could take a Boilerworks. That's about it. I mean, yeah, we'll take the Thrive. I think it's a little better than Boilerworks, though it's actually pretty close. Everflowing Chalice is quite good in this sort of deck, though we're actually not ending up with a ton of Proliferate abilities, which is a little strange. We could take a Kozilek's Predator. I think Chalice is still the pick here, regardless. We could take a Helium Squirter or Steady Progress, both of which I'd be happy with. I'd even be happy with the Wings. I think I just want the Helium Squirter. What do we get flying right now? Hulk. Yeah, I'll take the Squirter. Looking for some very big green creatures so we can start giving them flying. Also still looking for that Throttling Bird. It's quite good when you can graft onto a Throttling Bird. Another Plaxcaster Frogling, quite good. Very happy to see one. Spellblade would also be decent. Tumble Magnet and Etch Champion, cards I play. Or not Etch Champion, thinking of the other one. Etched Oracle. But definitely taking the Plaxcaster. Surrex Spellblade's actually really tempting. Will Frogling make it back? Can't venture on it. Codal, awesome. Simic Growth Chamber I'd be very happy with as well. We're just going to take the Lore Scale Codal. Very good to see that. I am playing it maybe a little too safe by taking these green-blue cards instead of hoping for them to wheel, but I think the importance that they have is just a little too significant. If our deck didn't have them, our deck would be a lot worse. Here we can take a Thrumming Bird or a Mana Leak. Thrumming Bird I like in this deck because you can graft onto it and then it's just a self-perpetuating machine. It's also just really good with Sphere of the Suns, Everflowing Chalice, Tumble Magnet. You know, basically everything we've picked up so far is something that goes well with Thrumming Bird. Mana Leak obviously just insane at the early game, stalling them out. I think Thrumming Bird is just what I want though, so I'm going to take it. Guess we could take a Flare Husk, it's okay filler. I think it's better than Thoughtcast in this deck. Both not likely to be played here, but I'll take the Husk. Here we can take another Squirter or a Gnarlid pack, or a Stoic Rebutal. What's our 5s look like other than the Squirters? A Muldrifter? I think Squirter's just so good in this deck, I'll pick up another one. Grabbed a Ruined Servitor, or a Flash Freeze. Or a Commune with Nature. No, definitely just going to pick up the Flash Freeze for the board. I'll grab a Sickle Slicer. Card's pretty good. Steady Progress. Glad to play it. Take the Servitor, Thief of Hope, because that Spirits deck is really good. Guess we can take a Mechanist. I'll take a Gustskimmer. Don't really want to play a few of these. You also have 21 playables going into pack 3. We'll take out the Hulk. We'll play it if we have to, but I would ideally not like to. Gambit's looking quite good. I'm really enjoying the drafting format. Come on, Lemmy. There you go. This pack must be pretty good. And we got our stick. What is it? Scavenger Drake. Okay, back up here. Swans of Bryn, our goal, is one of my favorite cards of all time. The unfortunate thing is it's really bad in a blue-green deck. Just because you have no ways to deal it damage, your opponent will. However, it's pretty good with Plaxcaster Frogling, since you can give it a counter and then start giving it Shroud. I still think another Frogling might just be better than taking the Swans, though. I think it is. We'll take the third Frogling. Nice. Aquastrand Spider's pretty decent. Really don't want to play against Ghost Council again. But we're not taking it here. I'm just going to take the Aquastrand. Here we could take a Sages, which is pretty good, or a Graft Mage, which is okay. We could also take Algae, which takes a while to get going, but once it gets going, oh boy, it can just kind of take over. think we'll just grab the Sages though. Good card advantage machine, and just a good card in general. I think it's a little better than Graph Mage. Yeah. Here we could take a Graph Mage. It's better than another Gnarlid pack. We could also consider Apostle's Blessing, but we have 3 of the Plaxcaster Froglings for our Shroud. Here we'll grab the Graph Mage. Another Thrumming Bird. Happy to see, happy to play. Vines versus Flash Freeze. Again, I'm passing up on Vines for the reason that we have a good amount of Shroud. Gonna grab the Flash Freeze. Air Servant's really nice to see this slate, but it's also against Etched Oracle, which is tempting, honestly. I'm really tempted to see how Etched Oracle does in this deck. I don't think I could pass up on an Air Servant. May not play the Steady Progress. I think Gambit is like very significantly better. And our deck is pretty great. We have 2 Flash Freezes, I believe. Yeah, there's the other one. Vapor Snag or Thrive or Water Servant. I think it's going to be Vapor Snag. Yeah. Stoic Rebutal versus Swans. You know, now that we have the 3rd Plaxcaster Frogling, I'm really tempted to take Swans. And just go on the Shroud Swans plan. Yeah, I'm going to take a Swans. Here I'll take the Oracle, the Graph Mage, the Apostle's Blessing, because it's pretty good with Swans since we picked that up. Devouring Greed. Take the Elemental thing. Alright, we have a good deck. We'll be back for deck building, guys.